We welcome you back to Thousand Oaks and Sparky Anderson Field as the Conejo Oaks play the OC Riptide for the 8th and final time of the 2024 regular season. I'm Max Schwartzberg, joined by Josh McKennick in the broadcast booth, ready to take you through this evening's contest against OC. Well, the Oaks have clinched the #1 seed in the CCL South and are playing to stay hot as they have the bye for the wildcard game and will begin their postseason in the CCL South Championship, trying to punch a ticket to play for all the apples in Sonoma. The Riptide are battling to make the wildcard game and helped their case yesterday by defeating the Oaks in 10 innings. Today it's a bullpen game for Conejo, and Luis Luers will toe the slab first for head coach Dave Solis. Josh, what are you looking for today with the Oaks, especially on the mound against a bullpen game?
Well, for the Oaks today, they're going to need to get some length from guys who might not typically pitch multiple innings. We know that the Oaks are a bit limited in the pitching department with departures as the summer has gone on. So as far as the pitching goes, you just got to throw strikes and get as many innings as you can, which is only possible if you're throwing strikes and letting your defense work.
Well, Luis Luers coming in with a 5.74 ERA over 15 2/3. Kind of the Oaks are in that position where they're trying to set up their rotation for the playoffs. We know that game, I believe their first postseason game, that CCL South Division Championship, will be on Wednesday of next week, and then hopefully they win that and go up to Sonoma. I've heard the plan is to kind of make that rotation set up in the way that we'd have to, use a bullpen for here and there. I believe tomorrow is also going to be a bullpen game for the Oaks, just to make sure that everybody's kind of ready and they're locked and loaded to have the best arms out there come postseason time. The Oaks, of course, losing their last game against the Riptide yesterday, and they're just looking to bounce back today and just continue to try to play good baseball any way they can.
Number 3, Patrick.
Well, and we talk about the fact that they do have the 1 seed locked up in the CCL South, but they still haven't technically clinched the CCL South division over the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Foresters have finished CCL play, and the Oaks are currently 2 games above Santa Barbara. So they just need to win one of their final 3 ball games to make sure that they officially clinch the South Division as a whole.
I believe the Foresters already left for Wichita. Patrick Hackworth going to lead it off for the Riptide. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the left, and we're underway.
Well, with the Oaks having to piece together a bullpen game, we'll see who gets the bulk of the innings. Nate Hernandez is a guy who's been pitching 3 or 4 innings and some of his appearances. He's down in the bullpen already. We'll see if he's the next guy after Luers.
Luers quickly jumping ahead of Hackworth, 0-2. As for the rest of the lineup, J.C. Allen, Michael Diaz, Rocco Gump in the 4th spot, Matt Spear, Jack Hammond, Camden Bates, Max Senesac, and Matthew Thomas rounds out the starting 9. It's been over a week since we last saw Luis. He was supposed to pitch in Compton, as this one is lofted out towards the left side. Over is Leahy, and he's there to make the catch just on the outfield grass for out number 1.
Now batting for the Riptide, first
When
base,
just off the end of the bat,
number
Leahy
9, JC
wanted to make sure he gets
Allen.
behind it, but then have to come in a little bit. Kind of a funky route, but he makes the play easily.
So that'll bring up J.C. Allen, who's hitting .212 on the summer, but that doesn't really tell the full story. He had a really dreadful start, was 0 for his first 23, but of course has since heated up. Hard to recover from something like that, especially in the summer. It's a shorter span of games. Luers delivers his first ball of the day.
Starting off 0 for 23, there's no way you can even expect yourself to get over 200. So the fact that Allen is up to 212 is impressive. The
1-0. Fastball at 86, right at the knees. The count will even at 1.
The mental toughness, too, that comes with an 0 for 23 stretch. I mean, that's could be over a week's worth of games that you didn't get a hit in, and that totally eats at you.
Yeah, baseball, one of those games that really humbles players. That's fouled straight back toward us, and Luers jumps ahead 1-2.
Allen with 14 hits this summer, 4 of them for extra bases, 3 doubles and a triple.
Allen will be playing at the University of California, San Diego this coming spring. Junior college transfer. 1-2. On the hands and popped into shallow right center field. Brooks coming on, but he'll play it on a hop into the gap. Bare hands it and fires it back into the infield. A one-out single for J.C. Allen.
Well, if you're going to get a hit to center field when Jack Brooks is there, you got to put it in the right spot. And J.C. Allen, nice inside-out swing to right center field, picking up a knock.
So now Michael Diaz coming in at 263. 11 extra base hits, 9 of them doubles, 2 triples, and no homers. Lures looking for a double play.
Diaz has been one of the better hitters for the Riptide. On base percentage nearly 400.
Saw him hitting BP today. He was hitting a lot of home runs. As he swings and hits a ground ball, double play 2-ball. Chef will take it himself and now fire across for out number 3. A little 6-3 unassisted double play to end this one. Luis Lures works a 1-2-3 scoreless, or rather faces the minimum in the first. We head to the bottom half. Scoreless from Sparky Innocent Field. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, still scoreless between the Riptide and the Oaks. On the mound for the Riptide is Tommy McGuire, one of the Riptide's best pitchers by far, 1.35 ERA over 20 innings pitched, kind of similar to what Ryan Humphreys has been for the Oaks. There might have been an injury exiting that inning, but it does not look like that because Michael Diaz kind of ran slow to first. We thought he might have pulled his hamstring, but he is back out at center field, so I guess just not a very hard 90. Jack Brooks going to lead it off for the Oaks here in the bottom of the first. In the top of the inning, Luis Lures faced the minimum after getting that double play. 6-3 unassisted by Cooper Chef. Brooks has been red hot as of late.
Yeah, his numbers keep on climbing. Nearly has the OPS over 700 after his really tough start.
And he swings at the first pitch and swings right through a fastball at 89. Brooks, the average has climbed up to 227, but if you watched the beginning of the season, that just shows how good of a hitter he's been as of late. It was a really tough start for Jack. Kind of like what we discussed with J.C. Allen. This one skied into shallow left field, onto the grass, Hackworth. He now trickles over to his left and makes the catch for out number 1. So now Austin Carrillo coming up. 27 walks to 14 strikeouts for Carrillo. Leads the team in RBIs. He's been an everyday guy, to say the least.
Been very productive, as always, from Austin.
Checks his swing, but it's called a strike anyway, right at the knees.
Austin's always been one of the better hitters for the Oaks, but I feel like this has been his best summer. In 2022, he also hit over 340 with a 960 OPS for the Oaks.
Fastball misses inside. There's 90 from McGuire.
Carrillo's one of those guys that you just always want to have on your roster. Want a guy like Carrillo. Doesn't let a lot of things bother him. He's going to give you a professional bat more often than not.
McGuire out of Cypress College. On the ground left side, Rocco Gump plays it on 2 hops and slides to his left before firing over to Allen at first to retire Carrillo.
Good hand by Gump on that ground ball. Took kind of a weird hop and could have kicked over his glove, but with his quick hands, he was able to make the play.
Now Justin Rubin for the Oaks, the designated hitter, as he's done all summer. Of course, nursing that shoulder, so he's not been able to play in the field. But he's getting workouts before the practices, before games, so rehabbing it while he hits really well for the Oaks.
By the time he begins practicing in the fall, Justin's shoulder should be fully good for him to be able to throw.
He's second on the team in batting average, but he's still hitting .405. Nick Leahy first, .436. As this is grounded sharply into the Oaks dugout.
Goes off the bucket that Nate Hernandez is sitting on.
Kind of surprising, like no reaction from anybody in there really.
Yeah, they're used to it.
Slider catches the outside corner, right on the black, 1-2.
It's a great spot. Called strike on the outside corner. Good movement as well.
Rubin, a .521 on base percentage. He trails Nick Leahy in that category by 1 singular point. Leahy at .522. So these guys kind of having similar seasons. Maybe a personal competition between friends.
Well, and if you just look 2 points behind Justin is Austin with a .519 on base percentage.
It's no surprise that we find these guys consistently in the top of the lineup for Coach Dave Solis. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Wild fastball and a good job by Senesac to even get a handle on it. Had to jump out of his crouch. So the count will run full, the first 3-ball count of the day for Tommy McGuire.
I was trying to figure out why his 90 just seems like it's firmer, but it looks like a lot of carry on his fastball.
And Rubin takes downstairs for ball 4. 2 out base on balls, and that extends things for the Oaks' hottest hitter, as we've discussed, Nick Leahy.
I mean, Leahy feels like he's seeing a beach ball at the plate right now. Looking like he's on just about every pitch. Velocity, soft stuff, inside, outside. Wherever the ball's been pitched, Nick Leahy's been putting a good swing on it.
Rubin on first with 2 outs in the inning. Leahy Takes a first pitch fastball. A similar miss from McGuire, kind of yanking it. That one wasn't spiked like the 3-2 to Ruben, but a similar location, at least horizontally, over towards the left-handed batter's box.
The last 3 misses have been pretty wild for McGuire. Just needs to take a deep breath.
Runner goes at first, and Ruben, the pitch is a ball, and it gets by Senesac. Ruben rounds second. As now another of those misses.
McGuire just has to make this adjustment as he continues to pull the ball glove side. Needs to reset himself on the mound right now. He's kind of falling off the mound when he pitches to the left.
Just like that, the first run of the game in scoring position. The 2-0. Similar miss, 3-0. Clearly a mechanical issue up there on the hill right now.
Yeah, hopefully somebody in that Riptide dugout notices what is going on right now with McGuire and can let him know.
3.6 walks per 9, 8 and 20 innings pitched for McGuire. As Leahy swinging 3-0 and sends a shallow fly ball to left field. Hammond coming on, and it'll drop in front of Hackworth. Ruben comes in to score as a 66-mile-an-hour blooper, and that just shows you how hot Nick Leahy is.
He's got a big smile on his face too, does Nick? I mean, when things are going right, they're really going right. Leahy picking up hits left and right, picking up barrels all over the place. This time just a bloop single, picking up RBI 19 on the year.
So now here comes Landon. Landon, speaking of RBIs, top 4 in the team in that category, he's 4th. Checks a swing at a slider outside. Good lead by Landon. Straightens him up with the fastball, misses upstairs, 2-0. A lot of balls from Hackworth. Six out of the last 7 pitches have been non-strikes. And a good hitter's count coming up to Landon. As Wes has to get the face out of the way of that one and pulls a Tatis. And now it's 3-0 again.
Well, yesterday we saw the Riptide didn't bring very many pitchers. It seemed to us that they only had 3 guys available. And if that's the case again today, they're going to need Tommy McGuire to throw some more strikes as he's been all over the place the last couple hitters.
Landon's taking all the way, and he takes a fastball right there for strike 1. "17 hits on the year for West. And a good hitter's count here. The 3-1 is launched out to left field, but he's way out ahead.
Holy cow. He turned on that one. Fastball up, maybe even out of the zone. In at the hands, and 96 miles an hour off the bat. Landon just turns on it completely.
Kind of surprising that the Riptide, we know they don't usually bring a lot of players, but considering they're vying for a playoff spot, I would think they'd bring more for their roster. Leahy will be on the move. The 3-2 in the air to shallow right side. Allens calls for it and catches it just in front of the cut for out number 3. The Oaks leave 1 on base in Nick Leahy, but not before he bloops a single home that scores Justin Rubin. Conejo on top of Orange County, 1-0. We head to the top of the second. Top of the second inning. It'll be 4-5-6 because Lures faced the minimum after the double play that ended the top half of the first. Rocco Gump, the Orange County third baseman, going to lead it off. Going to face Luis Lures.
Audet in a bit of pain behind the plate after that block.
Gump 24 for 91 this summer, 264, as he takes a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Lures sitting around 86 to 88. That one at 87. Recently committed to pitch here at Cal Lutheran this coming year.
Yeah, just talking to Coach Colin Crowell for Cal Lutheran. He was excited about the couple pickups that Cal Lutheran has made with Oaks pitchers this summer.
But he falls behind here, 3-1.
Cal Lu was looking for a couple bullpen arms, and they found a couple in Lures and Daniel Orozco.
Walks have been a little bit of an issue for Luis, 12 and 15 and 2/3, as the 3-1 pitch just misses a hair off the plate for ball 4. First free pass issued by Luis.
Now batting for the Riptide designated hitter, number 29, Matt Spear. Let's go, Spear. Come on, baby.
So Matt Spear, who's only playing in his 12th game today, gets his first look at Lures. Shows the bunt, and he gets it down, but foul right behind the plate.
When Nick Leahy, in a bit of a shift with the left-handed hitter, was playing well off the grass on the dirt, closer to where a shortstop would play in that 5-6 hole. So Spear tried to take his chance, but fouled the bunt attempt back.
Yeah, Leahy almost equidistant between second and third, a little bit closer to third. Big swing and a miss, and Lures blows a fastball by Spear. (19 strikeouts, or 14 strikeouts and 15 and 2/3 for Luis. But looking for another double play ball here. Early this season, the first time the Oaks and Riptides met at Sparky Anderson Field, the Oaks turned 7 double plays against the Riptide. Definitely a season high that I doubt will be beat, considering there's only a couple games left, and that is also pretty remarkable.
7?
Yeah, 7.
That's pretty remarkable. It's
Yeah, I've never seen that.
almost 1 an inning.
I remember Ethan Glassman started that game. He earned player of the game nod.
Lures is looking for that strikeout pitch. Hasn't been able to find it this at-bat. Had him 0-2, but a couple balls and foul balls.
But he gets it there. He blows a fastball up and away, and Spear chases. First strikeout of the day for Luis.
There you go, just speaking into existence. Going with the high heat, getting the chase and the strikeout.
Bouncing in, and it got a big piece of the home plate umpire, but it gets away from Audet, and that allows Spear to head up, or excuse me, Gump to head up to second base. But now Audet going to have to give some extra time to the home plate umpire. I'm not sure where they got him, but maybe under the net, around the neck area from what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what I was
That
thinking.
didn't look good. Of course, no protective equipment there, so it's going to be direct hit.
Seems to be okay, but definitely shaken up a little bit.
One 0 is in the air to left field, pretty deep. Chavez going back, still going and backpedaling onto the warning track, makes the catch. That's an example of a ball that just dies at Sparky Anderson Field from the right-handed hitters.
Now batting for the Riptide, second baseman.
It's pretty wild that that's not a home run.
That was a center cut fastball, 97 exit velocity, and I'd say pretty much any other park in the CCL that's probably gone.
Maybe not at Arroyo Seco with the 374 feet to left.
Definitely gone to Orange County, I'd say.
Definitely. And at the MLB Academy.
So now Camden Bates, the second baseman, who we've seen at both shortstop and second this year, he's kind of played back and forth with Patrick Hackworth. We've seen Hackworth start at second with Bates at short, but this game it's Bates at second and Hackworth at short. Fastball on the inside corner in there for a strike. 86 from Lures. Bates out of the University of Tennessee. Actually got a little bit of playing time his freshman year, but of course, a champion, a national champion. In the air to right center field, Jack Brooks into the gap, has a beat on it, and makes the catch for out number 3. We played 1.5. The Oaks on top, 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning here. Oaks still on top 1-0 in the early goings. Josiah Chavez going to lead it off. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Chavez, King, Chef, with Max Audet looming if anybody gets on base. Nubbed behind the plate on a fastball dotted low and away from McGuire. Chavez just joined the Oaks last week, but has made an immense impact in the short sample. Was a member of the team in 2022. Backdoor breaking ball catches the corner. Chavez 4 for his first 14, but 6 walks, and is yet to strike out. But in danger of doing so here, as the 1-2 pitch misses outside. On the ground, right side and through into right field, a base hit. Josiah Chavez starts off the second with a leadoff single.
He's been so good since joining the Oaks this summer. Anytime you can add a guy that's able to catch, it's huge, but the fact that Chavez has been swinging the bat so well, it's such a welcoming sight for the Oaks.
So now Jordan King for the Oaks with a runner on and nobody out in the inning. Fastball missing inside. Well, last inning, the miss was a yanked fastball to the left-handed batter's box. This inning, a couple times we've seen that around the right-handed batter's box, too far inside to righties and outside to lefties. Still only a 2-batter sample in this frame.
Ooh.
And their first strike went to the slider to get it.
King saw that pitch all the way in, and I'm sure he thought it was a good take. Did appear to be a couple of inches off the plate, but was called a strike.
Big gap, or big hole through the right side of the infield. King tried to check his swing. They appealed. Did he go? No. He is able to check it. Really sharp breaking ball once again. Looked like the slider. King does have a home run this season. Back in June over towards right center field. Going to go play his junior year at Harvard after the summer concludes. There's that similar fastball running in, and the count runs to 3 balls. That's now the 4th 3-ball count out of the first 7 hitters. So kind of living dangerously for McGuire.
He's definitely been throwing a lot of pitches, which is not what you want if you're the Riptide.
21 pitches in the first inning as Kang goes after a fastball and fouls it straight back. We'll see if the Oaks want to put Chavez in motion with the full count. Of course, not a force necessarily. There's not 2 outs. But trying to stay out of the double play and trust that Kang won't strike out. 22 strikeouts for Jordan on the summer. Chavez is not running on 3-2, and Kang launches this one out to center field. Diaz going back, but he'll have room about 20 feet in front of the warning track for out number 1. Hard contact, but another disappointing, frustrating out for Kang.
How often do we talk about Jordan King seemingly leading the team in deep flyouts or lineouts? It's 95 off the bat at 360 feet away to dead center. Still 40-plus feet short of that 400 mark.
Well, King, the only right-handed hitter on the Oaks to leave the yard here this season, and to do it, you have to go to right center field with the way the wind blows here at Sparky Anderson Field. We saw Reeve Boyd, who has left the team a couple weeks ago, but back in mid-June, he hit one off the wall in deep right center field, and it kind of started straightaway center, but the jet stream just got a hold of it and kept carrying it. But it's really tough business if you want to pull the baseball. That's why those ready home runs are so rare here. We did see one with the Santa Barbara Foresters. TJ Pompey, a right-handed batter, did that earlier this summer. as Cooper goes on the ground up the middle into center field. Another hard hit ball and another base knock for the Oaks. That one at 97.
Good looking swing from Cooper. Taking the fastball in the middle of the plate and getting the hands on top of it, hitting it hard right back where it came from.
So now Max Audet. Average up to 235, which is impressive considering a really tough start. I feel like we talk about that. There's always a couple of those guys in summer ball where it seems to get bitten by the slump bug, but Audet clearly has recovered.
Yeah, I believe it was just a 1 for 16 start for Max.
We saw Cooper had a pretty long midsummer slump, and now he's clearly out of it. Was still able to earn an all-star game appearance for the CCL South. So Dave sprays that one off to the left foul. Audet was at St. John's last season after being at LA Valley College, but currently in the transfer portal and kind of narrowing down his decisions with the summer coming to a close.
Any program that picks up Audet will be very lucky to have him.
As he gets this one on the hands and bloops it in the right field, it'll fall in front of Thomas. Chavez coming around third, but Parker will throw up the stop sign, and they'll play station to station as now the bases are loaded with one out in the inning.
Audet just fights that off the hands in the right field for a hit. That was a late stop sign from Parker. Right decision. It was a perfect throw from the right fielder, Thomas. And that's what we saw yesterday, too, with Thomas. Got a great arm out there in right field.
So now Jack Brooks with the bases full of Oaks. Oaks threatening for the second consecutive inning.
This is the guy you want up there. Jack Brooks has been swinging an incredibly hot bat lately.
Yes, he has.
Been doing it with runs in scoring position as well, up to 9 RBI.
Breaking ball missing outside, 2-0. McGuire going to have to work back into this at bat. He's consistently falling behind of a lot of hitters. Chavez on third, Schuff on second, Audet on first. Nowhere to put Jack Brooks. Gets the call on the fastball outside edge. 2-1.
Pitch was probably outside, but typically called a strike in the CCL.
Most definitely.
Not what you want on 2-0, though, if you're Jack.
Yeah, definitely don't need to swing at that. Hard to do damage with a pitcher's pitch of that caliber. Tries to go back to it with the slider, but doesn't get the call on a pitch that definitely caught the zone.
Really good pitch, Tom. Attaboy.
Full house on the bases for Jack Brooks and a good hitter's count. The 3-1. Slapped foul off to the left, out of play. Really hard to double up Jack Brooks. He's only grounded into one double play this summer, and it's kind of those situations where it's hit right at a guy and they're able to take it themselves because of his speed. But Brooks looking to get 3 ducks on a pond to home here in the second inning. The payoff. And that's taken downstairs for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Tommy McGuire, and that gives Jack Brooks an RBI.
As a hitter, you always love to get an RBI just for not swinging. Brooks being patient up there, knowing that he wants to drive in multiple runs with a hit, but with the bases loaded, he can just take a walk and still pick up an RBI.
Now Max Senesac talking out to McGuire. Home plate umpire is making the slow walk up there. The 60-foot, 6-inch walk. But kind of stops midway, now tries to break it up. It's been a really heavy workload, 21 pitches in the first inning.
We know they're going to have to stretch out McGuire a lot today, given the limited bullpen depth for the Riptide.
And now he's already passed his first inning pitch count, has 22 so far and only 1 out. Carrillo goes after the first pitch and sends it in the left field, but it's curling foul. Carrillo grounded out to Rocco Gump at third, back in his first plate appearance in the first. 0 for 1. Carrillo obviously leads the team in walks. And he sends this one into shallow left field. Shortstop Hackworth is there into the grass. He'll backpedal and make the catch. Chef doesn't go anywhere. So now 2 outs, and the runners remain where they were.
Austin's going to be really frustrated with himself that he couldn't come through with the bases loaded. But I'm sure the next time he's up in a spot with runners in the scoring position, Carrillo's going to pick up and knock.
So now Justin Rubin, he actually does have a home run this season. It was an inside the Parker in Orange County against these guys back on June 25th. And he chops this one foul third base side.
His was a legit inside the park home run, unlike the one that's listed for Tommy Kenlinger. That one went underneath the glove of the center fielder, but Justin's was past a diving effort in center field and just kept on rolling.
Coaches always say to outfielders, only dive if you know you have it. Lined into right field for a hit. Chef comes home from third around second odd day. Brooks on his way to third. The throw to the plate will be late. 2 RBI single for Justin Rubin. The Oaks take a 4-0 lead here in the second.
Well, that's what the Oaks were looking for with the bases loaded. A crooked number put up as Justin Rubin goes the opposite way, not trying to do too much with that breaking ball in the outside corner. Just flicks out the wrist and hits a single into right field, driving in 2. This is what the Oaks were missing in yesterday's contest. They kept having 1-run innings. They weren't able to get that crooked number. Wound up losing the game 6-5. But today, 3 runs in the second after 1 run in the first.
So now it'll be Nick Leahy with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Runner goes at first, and Rubin, the pitch, a strike, the throw down to second base is in time. Rubin didn't slide. That was probably a sign miscommunication. But the Oaks played 3. They score 3 times on 4 hits. Only 2 left on base as we head to the top half of the third. Top of the third inning, Oaks on top of the Riptide 4-0. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Riptide as Luis Lures is back out there. Max Senesac leading it off, the backstop for Orange County tonight. In the air to left field, pretty much right at Josiah Chavez. Backpedals, now runs in a couple steps and makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting for the Riptide.
After
right fielder.
putting up a crooked number, as a pitcher, you always want to put up a 0 the next inning. Crucial for Lures to pitch a scoreless third after the Oaks scored 3 in the second.
So that brings up Matthew Thomas. Really tough summer, 6 for 65, or 6 for 53, a 113 average. Swing and a miss, good breaking ball from Lures. Jumps ahead 0-2, looking for a strikeout number 2 of the day. Oh, 2, fastball missing upstairs. Well, sometimes we like playing that game, the stance comparison to MLB players. I've seen a lot of Nolan Arenado in his stance, kind of the way he holds his bat. Or actually, more Chris Bryant. Maybe a little bit Trevor Story, but they have very similar swings. But, ooh, got a big piece of Max Audet right there. Home plate ump are going to go out and give some courtesy, some extra time, as just rattled one right off the dome. You see Chris Bryant in his swing, Josh, or his stance?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree with the Chris Bryant.
I don't know why I said Arenado. I think I meant Bryant all the way, but I mean, I'm sorry, but Chris Bryant, after that MVP and Rookie of the Year, kind of became irrelevant. I mean, he literally admitted to, or he said he kind of regretted signing that contract with the Rockies.
Hard not to be irrelevant if you play for the Rockies.
I've always wanted to go to Coors Field, though. I will say
awesome.
That looks an amazing. Have you ever
It
been?
is, yeah, it's awesome.
It looks awesome.
It's an amazing
I
ballpark.
really wanted to go to the All-Star game in 2021 as a 1-2 pitch misses down and outside. But, I mean, as a Padres fan, and you're a Dodgers fan, so you see a bunch of games on TV, at least Coors Field, you could tell it looks like a really nice job, really nice time to catch a game.
Yeah, beautiful ballpark.
Yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list. 2-2 is chopped foul. Ooh, dropped by the Riptide third base coach. Kind of routine. He had it squared up and just dropped it. And he slaps this one off to the right. He was kind of tardy and just sprays it over there. Having to make Lures work. Now 7 pitches this at bat and 8 coming up.
We'll see how many more innings Luis has left. This will be his 3rd inning of work already. Can't imagine he can go more than 4. (15 2/3 innings and 9 appearances for Luis. So he's averaging less than 2 innings per appearance.
Thomas out of Cal in the former Pac-12, which does not exist anymore. Pitch number 8 misses downstairs. That was actually pitch number 9, so it will be a 10-pitch plate appearance for Matthew Thomas. I mean, for him, definitely a big confidence booster because it's been a struggle. 9 walks to 28 strikeouts. But he strikes out here, make it 29. No mercy from Luis Lures, his 2nd of the day, and it turns it up to the top of the order.
Nice job from Luis. Going with the breaking ball in 3-2, changing it up, and Thomas was expecting to take it, starting at his front hip, and wound up down the middle for strike 3.
So now top of the order, Patrick Hackworth coming up. Going to be teammates with J.C. Allen this coming spring at UCSD. Allen waits on deck. And Hackworth goes after the first pitch and grounds it on one hop to Landon West. He flips to Lures for the nice 3-1 putout, which ends the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half, 4-0 Oaks. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, Nick Leahy going to lead it off. He was at the plate to end the second, but Justin Rubin was caught stealing. So back out there to start the third. Leahy, the hottest hitter on the Oaks, probably in the CCL, leads the team in batting average. He averaged at .436, and he helped it back in the first inning with an RBI single. Facing Tommy McGuire for the second time.
McGuire's got good stuff, but he's just had some trouble finding the strike zone today. And then he's gotten in trouble when he's been behind in the counts.
He threw 48 pitches in the first 2 innings. A huge workload. 21 in the first and 27 in the second. Riptide currently just trying to make that postseason and get a spot in the CCL wildcard in a close race within the standings with the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Right now, the debate's really, or the fight, I should say, is really for second and third place.
Home field advantage.
The Saints are 4.5 above the Barons, so I don't even think it's possible for the Academy to jump in that last spot. Right now, just one game separating the Riptide and the Saints, and 2 of them are fighting for that home field spot to potentially play the Oaks.
2-2 is on the ground to shortstop. Hackworth plays out on a hop and backs up into the outfield grass before slinging to first for out number 1.
Hackworth showing off the arm strength out there. Made a long throw, it was pretty deep. Accurate, and then time to get Leahy.
As As West chops this one to Rocco Gump at third. 2 down.
I want to see a ball hit to Gump where he has to rush himself and can't run it over. It's interesting to see his footwork. Doesn't just shuffle, and throw. He literally runs the ball a couple of steps before letting go of it. And I'm really interested to see if when he has to be rushed, if he still does that.
I mean, I did notice that on, what ground out was it? The Austin Creo in the first. I mean, his momentum did bring him there, but in that one specifically, not really a need for that, but I guess maybe a rhythm thing. But you're right. If he has to be rushed, you don't really have the time to do that.
Yeah, he was doing it all day yesterday as well.
Josiah Chavez on the ground into center field. Continues the inning. A lot of first pitch attacks for the Oaks.
It's the second hit of the day for Josiah. Neither of them hit particularly hard. Maybe off the end of the bat a little bit, but hard enough to get through the infield for a base hit.
So now Jordan King getting his second look at McGuire. King flew out to center field back in his first AB, 95 off the bat, and just another story of how he's been unlucky. Popped up on the right side into foul territory. Allen going as far as he can go, but nobody really helped him. He clearly had room, but Max Senesac behind the plate gave him a really late call, and it's hard to do that on your own when you're not getting any help from your teammates. So Jordan King gets another life.
King gave one a ride his first at bat. It went out to dead center field for a deep fly out.
Chavez on first with 2 outs. The 0-2. Back pick at first, and he's there safely. Two. Try to go to the front door breaking ball, but it misses well inside, so the count will even.
The Oaks scored a run in each of the first 2 innings. Well, 3 runs in the second inning. Looking to keep it going, but 2 outs.
3-2.
McGuire's velocity is way down. He was sitting at 89, 90 in the first, even 91 a little bit. Now he's been 85 to 87.
He hasn't struck out an Oaks hitter yet. Looking for his first, but Jordan King doesn't want that to happen. Josiah Chavez will be on the move on this pitch. The payoff. And it's slapped off to the right. The battle continues. Another foul ball. King really making McGuire work.
We've seen some long at-bats today from both sides. This at-bat nearing 10 pitches from King. I believe it's pitch number 9 coming up.
Chavez is going to be in the move. We'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. He blew the fastball by him, and McGuire gets his first strikeout of the day. We've played 2.5. We head to the bottom of the third. Or we played 3. We head to the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth inning. J.C. Allen leading off for the Riptide. And he takes the first pitch fastball from Lures inside. Luis working the longest outing of his Oaks tenure. And Allen ropes this one, but foul. Allen singled back in the first hit of the game on either side, but was erased on the double play that Michael Diaz, who waits on deck, grounded into a 6-3 unassisted Cooper Sheff at shortstop. He just taps this one behind the plate and falls behind 1-2. Two and two. Try to go front door with the breaking ball, but misses too far inside. Allen was just part of the championship-winning Saddleback Bobcats, who won the California Junior College Championship. Very competitive baseball. In the air to right center field, Austin Carrillo is there with his sunglasses on to make the grab for out number one.
Now batting for the Riptide center fielder.
Lures has been
24.
very efficient today. Still nobody warming up for the Oaks in the bullpen, but can't imagine Lures has pitched 4 innings for the Oaks this summer, much less 5. In his 4th inning of work right now with no sign of life in the pen.
Josh, remember a couple days ago when we told each other our favorite colors? And I said seafoam green with like a bigger hint of like bluish kind of? Look
The
at his
bat?
bat.
Yeah.
I've never seen that on a bat. I've seen like blue on bats, but wow, that is a great color. Don't you think?
Yes, I agree.
I used to have a water bottle that was like a really good shade of that. I got it in Hawaii and then I lost it at school one day. It was super annoying. The 2-0 pitch is grounded sharply but foul first base way. Still a shift on the left side of the infield and right. Big gap up the middle to the right and down the third baseline. Lures in danger of walking his second batter of the outing. And he does just that. 5-pitch walk to Michael Diaz.
Now batting for the Riptide, third baseman.
So I'll bring up Rocco Gump, who received the first free pass of the outing. Walked to begin the second inning.
Look for a double play ball right now if you're Luis. Keep everything down and away.
He shows the bunt, pulls back, and takes ball one. We've seen that miss, a similar miss from Lures, kind of to the right-handed batter's box. This is velocity, as we mentioned, working to the deepest outing in the summer for him. Really down this inning, 83 in the fastball right there. I believe he's topped out at 87, 88. As there's another 83-mile-an-hour fastball missing outside. 6 of the last 7 pitches have gone for balls. So the Lures definitely going to want to make a adjustment right here. Oaks on top 4-0 as the runner goes in first. The pitch is high. The throwdown from Audet is perfect.
Got him.
Max Audet continues to catch runners stealing. And that walk is erased.
It's a great throw from Max. They were working yesterday before the game. Mike Sosha was here working with the catchers, specifically on their pop time. Audet showing it off.
Lined over Jordan King and into right field. A ringing single from Rocco Gump. He's been on a board twice today in as many attempts, and that'll continue things for Matt Spear.
Now batting for the Riptide,
3-0
designated
swinging.
hitter, number 29, Matt Spear.
Matt Spear hitting .333 for the Riptide. 12 hits and not a single extra base hit this summer, playing in his 12th game. Close pitch, but a little bit inside, 2-0, and Lures consistently falling behind hitters. Definitely tougher to pitch when behind. And now Luis has fallen behind in a 3-0 count to the last 2 hitters. Ten to 12 pitches this inning have been balls. Fastball in there for a strike. .37 pitches through the first 3, but having to work here in the 4th. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball at 86 by him.
You like to see the velocity still maintaining 86, 87 from Luis.
That fastball had a lot of tail on it. We'll see if Gump runs on 3-2. Well, he does because there's 2 outs. So that's downstairs for ball 4.
Now batting for the
Coach Solis is going to head out just to talk to Luis right now, maybe give him a little bit of a breather. Still nobody in the bullpen. They're going to most likely send someone down right now, though. This is going to be the last inning for Lures, probably.
2 walks in the inning, 3 on the day. Through 3 2/3.
Coach Solis just wanted to give Luis some time. Just goes out quickly. Also could have potentially been a pitch sequencing conversation. As we know, the Oaks catchers do call the pitches. So sometimes in big situations, Coach Solis likes to go over what's going to be thrown.
Jack Hammond flew out to Josiah Chavez really deep back in the 2nd inning. 97 off the bat. As we talked about, a lot of those balls from right-handed hitters to left field just kind of die, the wind blowing them straight in. Looks like Tanner Beltowski is playing catch down in the pen, the 2-way guy for the Oaks. Grounded to third base. Nick Leahy lets it go through his glove. Gump is going to come home to score as the throw is late. And an error, that'll be an unearned run, but a frustration continuation of the inning.
Well, that's never going to happen again to Nick Leahy. That's about as fundamental as it gets. He just brought the glove up too early. Right through the 5-hole.
So no RBI for Jack Hammond. You can kind of tell right away that didn't look good. Leahy was like backing up on it, and he didn't look too comfortable in that one. Pulled the glove up well too early. Bates pops this one up high in the air, but drifting foul off to the right.
Made it right behind us.
Good to see Lures jump ahead of a hitter after struggling to do so throughout really this 4th inning. Has limited Orange County to just 2 hits though, but what will probably be his last frame as Bates has to get the hands out of the way of a fastball running inside.
Good pitch from Lures. It's a nice take at the plate. Breaking ball that is a strike for a long time.
This is pitch 28 of the inning. And it's taken right at the knees. Strike 3 called. Luis Lures gets his 3rd strikeout of the day and what is probably his final outing. But the Riptide scratch across their first run of the game on an error. It'll be 1 run, non-earned, on 1 hit and a couple guys left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 4th, 4-1 Oaks. Bottom of the 4th inning. Cooper Chef leading off for the Oaks. He goes after the first pitch, and there goes the bat. Right at Rocco Gump, but he clearly saw it right away. He was able to just casually step to his left.
And Rocco Gump jokingly puts his arm up at Cooper like, come on, man. It's like the Manny Machado one.
I was just thinking that, but it was unintentional.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Manny said his hands were slippery, so you never know.
Yeah, very trustworthy guy, Manny Machado.
I'm a Padres fan. Can't lie with you there. Definitely not.
Cooper laughing about it and just trying to bring the pie tar down a little bit.
So Chef with some more pine tar steps in behind 0-1.
Ooh,
and now he gets hit. Not intentional, of course, but kind of ironic that it was right after that.
And like in MLB, in Major League Baseball, the benches are clearing. But we know that was unintentional. Even in MLB, when it's unintentional, sometimes their emotions get the best of them. But that one, clearly unintentional. It's just funny timing.
I was actually just thinking about that, right before the pitch, what if he hits him here? Because that would not look great, but clearly it just happened. That was a fastball flush in the back, though. Audet takes ball 1. Max singled back in the 2nd inning. It seems like his luck has completely turned on its head because once he broke out of the slump, it seems like he's getting a lot of bloop hits as of late. Whereas before, he was just lining out 100 miles an hour. As this is in the air to center field, straight away, Michael Diaz over a little bit to his right and trickles to make the catch. Home plate umpire's talking to the Oaks. I'm not sure what that refers to. Maybe that's for more balls?
No, there's a ball
Ah.
on the Riptide. The Riptide's on deck circle, basically.
Great effort by the Riptide dugout to not get it.
Oh boy, Colin. Good job, Colin Clark.
Oregon Duck with the Oregon Duck, Jack Brooks at the plate. Brooks 0 for 1, but he walked back in the 2nd, picked up an RBI. The bases were loaded. 4 earned runs through the first 3+ for Tommy McGuire. Bouncing in and a good block by Senesac to keep it in front of him. 2-0.
Was a good stop by Senesac. Ball in dirt. We know the Oaks base runners are really aggressive. And so opposing teams' catchers need to keep balls especially close.
2-0 count for the 2nd time to Jack Brooks. 3-0. We'll see if Jack Brooks has the green light. But he takes downstairs for ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Jack Brooks aboard for the 2nd time via free pass.
That's something Brooks does so well. Kind of underrated part of his game. Takes his walks. Really good plate discipline up there. On base percentage, nearly 400 for Jack. Nope.
Now, Riptide coach coming out. Looks like there's a reliever ready, although maybe not. Now the catcher's running over there, so this is probably just to give him some more time.
So, yeah, the reliever actually is not ready. He's been down there kind of stretching, and the coach went out to give his reliever some time and then looked at the pen, realized he hadn't even started throwing. So we saw him tell him to speed him up, and then the reliever said, well, I don't have a catcher. Catcher ran down there to give him someone to throw to. Well, in non-baseball news, things you hate to see. The red-hot Mets, Kota Senga, came out in his first start back off the IL.
Ooh. What was he on the shelf with to begin the season?
He was on the shelf to begin the season.
So
I don't know what. Not sure what the injury
Shoulder?
is. Oh, shoulder.
Trent says shoulder.
Well, he grabbed his lower leg and was barely able to walk off under his own power.
Was he hit by a ball or he like?
No, it was during.
Ooh. Oh, that reminds me of Mike Soroka maybe, like an Achilles. Don't like to see that. Now 2 on for Carrillo. Similar miss as we keep seeing. Up and away to lefties and up and into righties. Usually with the fastball. As now getting to the heart of Yoke's orders, definitely not going to get any easier for Tommy McGuire. And Carrillo sends this one in the air to center field. Diaz coming in to make the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Justin Rubin, who has been aboard both times, walked back in the first, and then picked up an RBI single, 2 RBIs on that. Back in the second. Was caught stealing, though, to end that inning. Ruben grabs one sharply to shortstop. Hackworth is there. Will go the easy way at second base to force Jack Brooks out. To retire the side, the Oaks leave 2 on base. We head to the top of the 5th, 4-1 Conejo. Tanner Beltowski's a new pitcher in the top of the 5th inning. Luis Lures is excellent. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned, and struck out 3. So now in comes Tanner, who has been hitting a lot more than pitching lately, and he gets out ahead 0-2. Beltowski started off the season in the starting 9 for, position players a lot more, and then kind of in the midsummer, early July, pitched more frequently, and then as of late has gone back to hitting more frequently. As this is popped up, center of the infield, Beltowski's calling it.
I mean, he's a defender.
And the left fielder slash first baseman slash third baseman slash pitcher makes the catch.
Now batting for the Riptide.
The rare P1 to start us off in the 5th.
Matthew Thomas.
Very rare, but Beltowski is very comfortable on defense.
So now Matthew Thomas was a strikeout victim, the 2nd out of 3 of Luis Lures. Back in his first plate appearance, takes ball 1, the first ball thrown by Tanner today. Beltowski started off his pitching tenure at the Oaks kind of slow, but has since been electric in his last couple outings at least. A 6.43 ERA overall, but a very small sample size is just 7 innings. And a lot of those runs from the early outings because lately he's been very strong. Fastball, not called a strike. It looked like it did catch the top of the zone. I think it's time to cut my hair. It's way too long. It's falling on my face every time I try to go right down in my scorebook. Super annoying. What's so funny, Trent?
It just came out of nowhere.
He says it came out of nowhere. I mean, I guess. Yeah. My last haircut, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Really good breaking ball. It was on May 17th. That was actually the strike 3. May 17th. And Trent's laughing because I remember the date, but that was just because it was my birthday, so that's pretty easy to remember.
Now batting for the Riptide shortstop. Number 3, Patrick.
Beltowski looks really good to start. Nobody warming in the bullpen. Could be multi-inning appearance for Tanner, which we haven't really seen from him.
He has gone 2 innings once, I believe.
Yeah.
But besides that, all 1-inning outings. As the top of the order, Patrick Hackworth fouls one off over the Oaks dugout. Changeup right there from Tanner, but it misses outside. Beltowski teammates with Ryan Humphreys at Westmont College. One of the best NAIAs in the country. Lined out towards center field, Jack Brooks drifting out into the left center field gap to make the catch. Well, a very nice 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Beltowski. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 4-1 Oaks. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, new pitcher for the Riptide after Tommy McGuire's day is done. It's Nathan Hoy.
Well, he's had himself a summer. Hoy's pitched in 6 games, 8 innings, no earned runs allowed.
On the ground left side, Hackworth fires across round number 1.
Nobody warming for the Oaks, so it does look like Tanner will get another inning. So we talked about pregame with Oaks pitchers needing to stretch out a little bit more than we're used to. Saw it with Luis Lures going 4 innings, no earned runs, gave up the 1 unearned runs, and then Belowski pitching a 2nd inning.
Landon West takes outside. The starter, Tommy McGuire, went 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, and struck out 1. Big swing and a miss from Landon, laid on a fastball. Two on. Fouled straight back toward us.
In his 8 innings of work, Hoy has allowed 1 unearned run, 7 hits, 6 walks, and 8 strikeouts. The whip is over 1.5, but he just does a good job of getting out of jams.
Count does run full here.
Having a 1.6 whip but a 0 ERA is pretty impressive.
The payoff pitch is grounded through the left side and left field. Base hit for Landon West with 1 out.
Sharply hit ball from Landon.
Left fielder, number 11.
Fastball in the inner half. Hits it hard, 92 off the bat in the left field for a hit.
So that'll be Josiah Chavez, who is 2 for 2 on the outing, or on his day. Continuing his strong start to the summer with the Oaks. The late start. Got here last Friday, 7 days ago. First played against the Arroyo Seco Saints as he goes lefty to lefty here with Hoy Part. With Nathan Hoy. Line to right.
Oh,
And
what a wait!
It stopped. He trapped
Oh, he
it.
chopped it. Oh, okay, and he's hurt. Maybe his contact fell out, or he stared at the sun. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the right fielder Thomas is in pain, just holding his face. Nearly a really good play out there, but just coming up with the trap.
So now 2 on for Jordan King. West on second, Chavez on first. The 0-1 is grounded sharply past Rocco Gump at third base and in the left field. West is getting the wave home. The throw from Hammond will be cut off, and the Oaks take a 5-1 lead. Jordan King with the RBI single.
Kane gets rewarded this time for hitting the ball hard. Gump misjudged it. Might have been hit a little bit harder and more to his left than he realized. Reacted late, and by the time he dove, it was under his glove and into left.
Dude, that looks like such a MLB The Show dive. Like, Cooper Chef grounds one to Rocco Gump. He throws to second for one. On to first. Not in time.
That was a good play by Josiah Chavez, the base runner running second to third. He kind of just stopped right in front of Gump. Gump either could have tagged him, but because Chavez stopped, he had to throw it, and then he also had to adjust the angle of his throw with Chavez just stopping dead in his tracks. Those are the little things that don't show up in the box score or anything, but extend the inning as it allows Chef to reach first safely and potentially give the Oaks another run in this one.
Audet now lefty to lefty. Loopy, breaking ball, missing upstairs.
It's a tough lefty-lefty matchup for Max.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. And a 2-1 pitch coming up to Max Audet. Runner goes at first, and the pitch is chopped foul. A lot of twos, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on for Max Audet. And he checks his swing, foul into the Oaks dugout. Ooh, like it went off Ty Walton.
I heard them say ugly finder. Hit someone.
I think it was Ty. It hit the back and then hit, if it was him, I'm not sure who it was, but it hit the back of the dugout and then hit whoever it hit in the back after the ricochet. We'll do it again, 2-2. Somehow gets a piece of that. Fouls it back. Audet reaches out and pokes this one up in shallow foul territory. Gump and Senesac coming in. Gump makes a sliding no, drops it. Could have been a really nice play by Rocco Gump, but does drop it, and Max Audet gets another life. Pitch 20, the inning coming up. And it bounces away, and coming home, Josiah Chavez scoring the 6th Oaks run. Cooper Chef moves up to second base, and the Oaks get one on a wild pitch, freebie.
Oaks with another crooked number. 2 runs in the 5th after going scoreless in the 3rd and 4th inning.
And that's ball 4. Max Audet works an excellent at bat. 10 pitches.
Really good at bat from Max Audet. It's a difficult lefty-lefty matchup, and he earns that walk.
So now Jack Brooks with a big RBI opportunity, who's walked twice in this game. Front door breaking ball misses too far inside. Brooks 0 for 1, but with those 2 walks. Back in the 1st inning, he popped out to Patrick Hackworth at shortstop. Just gets a piece and sprays it off to the left out of play. Sounded like right on the end of the bat. Just a 63-mile-an-hour exit velocity. So too far out ahead for Brooks. Going lefty-lefty here. 2 home runs on the year. The first one was lefty-lefty on a breaking ball. Two on and 2 outs for Jack Brooks. 1-2. And he gets him swinging. Breaking ball running outside. The first strikeout of the day for Nathan Hoy ends the bottom of the 5th inning. Halfway through, we head to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th inning. Tanner Belowski back out on the bump after an excellent 1-2-3 top of the 5th. Struck out 1. He's facing J.C. Allen for the first time today and delivers a first pitch ball. Breaking ball missing down and outside. On the ground left side, Leahy cuts it off in front of Sheff and fires just in time to get J.C. Allen. Nice little 5-3 to start us off here in the 6th.
Center fielder, number 24, Michael Diaz.
I'll bring up Michael Diaz. He grounded into a 6-3 unassisted double play in the first and walked in the fourth. That was both against the starter Luis Luers, and he takes the first pitch, changeup, missing down and outside. Goes to the fastball and dots it down and outside that time. Really nice tunnel from Tanner. About 6-7 miles an hour speed differential between the fastball and the change. Kind of what you like to see. Breaking ball swung on and missed.
The Oaks dugout is about as empty as we've seen it. A lot of guys in the back getting work in, but also a lot of departures from the Oaks roster.
Count runs full. Tanner with 4 walks and 7 innings pitched coming into play today. Yeah, it is pretty empty, that dugout. The 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back, and we'll do it again. That is on the inside corner, strike 3 called. Michael Diaz gets the bad news as he was heading to first base, but it's the second strikeout of the outing for Tanner Belowski.
Now batting for the Riptide, third baseman.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that was ball 4 or if he was just trying to sell it, but great pitch from Tanner on the inside corner. He's got good arm side run, so pitch started in off the plate but wound up right on the corner.
So now 5 up, 5 down for Tanner. He's got to face Rocco Gump, who's been on both times, and he shows the bunt, but takes back, pulls back, and takes strike 1 regardless. Shows the bunt again and gets it down. Belowski comes off the mound, becomes an athlete, and throws to first, but not in time. Rocco Gump legs it out for a single and breaks up the string of 5 in a row.
It's a baseball play from Gump.
Now batting for the Riptide.
Not often do we see a left-hander able to execute that bunt to beat the shift.
Matt Spear.
Gump gets it done beautifully. Even with the nice play off the mound from Tanner, no chance.
Spear lines us into left field and down for a hit right in front of Josiah Chavez. Now back-to-back hits on the last 2 pitches for the Riptide.
That ball was barreled, 98 off the bat.
Now batting for the Riptide, left field.
Smoking line drive into left field.
38, Jack Hammond.
Now Jack Hammond, 0 for 2, fly out and it reached on an error. That error scored Michael Diaz, but it was not an RBI because of the E5.
Really good stop on that pitch from Max that day. That was a breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box that he had to slide to his right to get in front of.
Fastball right in the outside edge for a strike, 2-1. Really good spot from Belowski. And we mentioned the arm side run, really helping his case there. Two on and 2 outs. 2-1 pitch is slapped off to the right out of play.
He's been able to locate that pitch really well. Fastball in the outside corner.
consistently at 84 miles an hour, starting off the plate, but getting that outside edge against righties and inside against lefties.
3-2.
And that's what sets up that breaking ball, because you can start in that same quadrant, but it winds up breaking the opposite direction. That pitch wasn't competitive enough and easy take as it was a ball out of hand.
Runners will be on the move. The payoff pitch coming up to Jack Hammond. And he goes around with the sword. Tanner Belowski, the third strikeout of his outing. We played 5.5. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-1 Oaks. Austin Carrillo takes strike one from Nathan Hoy. Carrillo 0 for 3 today and looking to get things going here in the bottom of the 6th.
Austin hitting .326 with a .519 on base coming into play today.
And he pops this one up on the left side. Patrick Hackworth is there into the outfield grass to make the catch, and for the second time today, Austin Carrillo has popped out to shortstop.
Now batting for the Oaks, designated hitter, number 39, Justin Rubin.
Carrillo stops on his way back to the dugout to tell Justin Rubin what he saw. Austin definitely frustrated.
Bouncing in 2-0. High drive left field, but he's out ahead.
Way out in front. It's going off the top of the batting cages.
Well, Hoy has been electric, not allowing a single earned run. 6 walks in 8 innings, so something just to pay attention to.
Well, now he's allowed 2 earned runs.
Amen. Did walk one back in the 5th. Walked Max Audet.
Thought that one might have gotten a chunk of the home plate umpire, but I guess not.
Make it another walk. Justin Rubin draws the base on balls. Second time he has been on via free pass.
Third baseman, number 21, Nick Leahy.
So now it'll be Nick Leahy. 1 for 3, RBI single back in the first. And he takes outside, fastball running away for ball 1. Doesn't get the call there. It looked like it did catch the top of the zone completely, but it goes in the Oaks' favor, 2-0.
Surprised that that wasn't called a strike, but not getting a lot of help from the catcher, Senesac.
No, yeah. Nowhere close, and he falls behind 3-0. Eight of 11 pitches this inning have been balls. Ball 4 to Nick Leahy.
Now batting for the Oaks,
Back-to-back walks issued by Nathan Hoy.
number 35,
Riptide got to get someone up. Boy, he's having some trouble locating right now. But, as we talked about, not sure how many guys they have left.
Definitely, it's easy to notice how rosters tend to thin as the summer wears on, and now we're really in the final stretch. This is the third to final game of the season. As West skies this one to left field. Shortstop Hackworth is out and calling for it, and catching out number 2.
now batting for the Oaks, left fielder, number 11, Josiah Gomez.
Landon just got underneath that ball completely. Kind of a hanger, one that he's going to want back.
How does the 4th pop out to shortstop of this game and the 2nd of this inning? So now Josiah Chavez, who is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, looking to continue his perfect day at the dish. And he sprays this one off to the left. Outside 2-0 or 1-1. Chavez facing Hoy for the second time as both runners go. Double steal, and Max Senesac throws it up in the air. He can't get a handle on it. 2-1. That was initiated fully by Justin Rubin. Nick Leahy went to follow, and you can see Senesac thinking throw before having a good feel for the baseball in his hand.
We had to go quickly given the jump that Justin got.
Before the game, Trent made an observation about Josiah Chavez's stance. He says it kind of looks like a lefty Mike Trout, and I really do see it.
Yep. Totally agree.
3-1 is popped in the shallow left center field. Hackworth going out, and there's the 5th pop out to shortstop today. That ends the bottom of the 6th inning, so we head to the top of the 7th, the later innings from Sparky Anderson Field. Back here in the top of the 7th inning, it's Chris Lozano after Tanner Beltowski went 2. Do want to apologize, the camera just momentarily turned off, but trying to get that refigured out.
Should be good.
As this is popped up to shallow right field, Austin Carrillo is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for the Riptide, catcher, number 26, Max Sanasak.
Apologize for the glare. Hopefully that gets better. So now Max Sanasak. Big swing and miss at a good breaking ball from Lozano. Into the catcher's mitt, 0-2. Beltowski went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, none of them, obviously none earned. I just read it too fast. And then 3 strikeouts. 0-2.
Oh. Just getting a piece of that changeup. Really good pitch from Chris.
2 pitch. Misses upstairs. Lozano with a 4.5 ERA over 10 innings for Conejo.
11 strikeouts in those 10 innings for Chris.
Looking for number 12. And that is fouled and caught. Max Audet says he caught it. Coach Sully's coming out immediately.
Did it hit the ground?
Max Audet says no. I actually personally think he did catch it, but like he just caught it lower. So it was kind of hard to tell. Yeah, he kind of dipped his glove.
They're going to talk about it.
So we'll wait and see here.
I mean, everyone on the Oak side, I heard a few guys saying, nice job, Max. He's coming back to the press box. He's talking to our interns down there saying, yeah, I caught it. No, yeah, I swear. Max is just letting them know.
I believe him.
I believe you, Max. Max said, I told him I caught it, I swear. They're sticking with the call on the field, and Max just said to the home plate umpire, why are you lying? He's confident that he caught it. Good play, Max.
Foul back. Another foul ball. Two. Popped up. Chef calls on in the outfield grass and makes a catch.
Another infield pop-up.
Yeah, another pop-up to a shortstop. Not as many on the other side, but that is the 7th pop-up to the shortstop overall this game.
Number 5, Matthew Thomas.
One 0. Inside. Lozano falls behind 3-0 to the number 9 hitter Matthew Thomas, who's a strikeout victim in both the bats. Fires in a fastball right down El Centro. Strike 1. On the hands and popped into shallow right center field and down for a hit in front of Austin Carrillo. Matthew Thomas aboard for the first time today, and that'll turn up the lineup over to the top of the order, Patrick Hackworth, who is still yet to reach base.
Number 3, Patrick Hackworth.
Some more weak contact falling for a hit on that single.
2 down and 1 on. Yo, 1 straightens him up with a fastball, but it apparently misses. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Lozano. Trying to go inside to Hackworth. Line to right, Carrillo coming on, and he'll get there to make the catch to retire the side for out number 3. Through 6 1/2, we go to the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 Oaks. Back here in the bottom of the 7th, Jordan King leading off against a new pitcher for the Riptide, Sam Hasagawa. Another lefty for Orange County coming in. King picked up an RBI single back in the 5th. And he fights that one off and sends it foul. One. Off to the right and out of play. One, two. And King just gets a piece, and it's fouled. It looked like off Senesac, but he's okay.
That was an excuse me swing from King. Tried to check it. Wound up just getting a piece.
Foul back straight toward us. Hasegawa with a one earned run over 9 innings pitched. He's been one of the better relievers for Orange County. And the count runs to 2-2.
He's got really good stuff. Don't often see guys from the left side in the low 9s, but he's been 90-91 from the left side. Also got a good breaking ball.
The 2-2 is laced out towards right center field. Coming in, Thomas. He'll slide and make the catch to retire Jordan Kang.
It's a good play in right field by Matthew Thomas, who's shown off his defense these couple games. A lot of it's been the arm, but good range in right field to make that play.
So now Cooper Chef takes downstairs for ball 1. Two 2-0 pitch is fouled off Chef himself.
I never understand. The Riptide dugout and bench were yelling for the catcher to field that ball, as if it wasn't obvious that it hit off Cooper. Like,
You're not watching the game? Like, yeah, pretty obvious. Bouncing in, and the count swings in Chef's favor. 3-1. Looking to the top of the 8th inning, it'll be 2-3-4 for the Riptide. J.C. Allen, Michael Diaz, and Rocco Gump. But a good hitter's count to Chef, and he takes running outside for ball 4. Base on balls for Chef. That's the 7th walk issued by Riptide pitching. Definitely not a lot of room for error against an offense kind of like of this caliber. Now Max Audet back up there, who walked himself back in the 5th. And he takes strike 1, fastball right at the knees.
didn't know about it, can walk himself.
What, I said that?
I know what you're trying to say. Like,
Oh, he took the walk himself? Oh, yeah. Thanks for correcting me, Josh. Really appreciate it, guy. In other baseball news, which I'm sure everybody's interested in, Jurickson Profar of the San Diego Padres. 2 home runs today. Padres currently looking to close out the game against the Orioles up 6-4 with 2 outs in the 9th.
thanks for the update. I was really concerned.
No worries, Josh. I know everybody's dying to know what that's going on in that game as they watch the Oaks right now. And the Padres just won. Audet swings and misses. The throw down to second. Not in time. Chef swipes second base, but Audet goes down swinging for the first time today.
Cooper's base running has been really good all summer. We've seen him stretch singles into doubles. Also seen him try to take the extra base.
13 or 8 stolen base.
Hasn't been caught yet. In the CCL Showcase game, Cooper came around to score from second on an infield single.
Wow. Brooks laces this one out to left center field. It's going to split the gap and roll. Chef coming around third. He'll score as Brooks is rounding second and heading for 3. He wants it there as Diaz gets the throw in, and he's there standing. RBI triple, Jack Brooks.
Man, it's fun watching him run. Out of the box. Mirror image of what we saw Jack do yesterday. Triple into that left center field gap. And God, he's just flying around the bases. And we do have a pinch hitter right now. Austin Carrillo's day is done. And it's going to be George Baker hitting for Austin. Carrillo struggled today at the plate. And with the Oaks leading 7-1, Coach Dave Solis is going to give an at-bat to George Baker.
Seems like that was like the 100th triple of the year for Jack Brooks.
According to the website, number 3 for Jack.
Close enough. 3 rounds up. So Baker getting his first look, lefty to lefty here, and he slaps that one really well, hit foul. You could tell exactly like yesterday, as you mentioned, Josh, out of the box thinking 3, and Diaz wasn't sleeping out there in left center, but for your average hitter, that's just a stand-up double, and he kind of, I'm not going to say slacked off, but he didn't have the biggest sense of urgency there, and clearly Jack Brooks took advantage of that as there was no hesitation whatsoever.
His helmet barely stays on every time he's rounding second base. He's just moving so quickly.
And Baker strikes out swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Sam Hasegawa. We head to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th. J.C. Allen leading off. In the air to right field, straight away, Lucas Danielwitz just into the game, comes to make the catch.
Just the one at bat for George Baker, who's now removed from the game, with Danielwitz replacing him in the outfield.
Michael Diaz.
So now Michael Diaz coming up. Lefty to lefty with Chris Lozano. Wow, really good pitch. You could see Diaz kind of jumped out of the way of that. It started on the inside part of the plate and then broke right down the middle, and that just shows you how difficult front door pitches, although that wasn't really front doors. He goes back to a front door pitch, misses inside that time. This hitting is just such a hard thing to do.
Hardest thing to do in sports.
Popped up to center field. Jack Brooks straight away camps under it and reaches up to make the catch for out number 2. A lot of pop-ups this game.
Yeah, there haven't been too many ground balls.
No. When I'm looking at my scorebooks, I'm seeing a lot of F and P. Fly out, pop out. We talked about the pop-outs to shortstop. There's been 7 on both sides total, 6 enforced by Riptide pitching, where Oaks hitters popped up to Hackworth over at short. But having to go lefty to lefty here with Rocco Gump, who has not popped up but singled twice and shows to bunt. Interesting. 7-1, 2 outs, 8th inning.
It's already worked once for him.
I mean, you want base runners, so if that could help you, I get it.
And Nick Leahy looks over at the dugout. He's playing third base, asking them if they want him in. They tell him to stay where he's at.
Shows bunt again. Wow, another bunt attempt.
He got a really good one down last time up, picking up a single. So he felt confident enough to do it again.
Kent Murphy would be really disappointed right now. Coach Kent Murphy, baseball legend. 1-2. And he slaps this one just foul third base way.
Nobody down in that Oaks bullpen. Could be Chris Lozano's game to finish.
We'll see. Misses inside. Lozano looking for a 1-2-3 8th inning. And he does. King's going over to his right and throws not in time. So close, but so far.
That was a ball that might have been hit right at Jordan Kane had he been playing normal depth. But because he's shifted into the hole and out on the outfield grass, that's a long run for him to make. And a really good effort for him to even stop that ball. And throw was accurate, just not in time over to first.
Another lefty to lefty at bat. I mean, we talked about it as that is not going to get the straight call. This is sky to mile high right at us, but it'll stay in play for Max Audet, and the backskin brings it back, and he goes chest to chest pump with Chris Lozano. We've played through 7.5. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Oaks' last chance offensively, up 7-1. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Justin Rubin leading off for the Oaks, and what you would hope to be their last chance offensively as he goes around for strike one.
I think that was on the call or on the swing.
I think he called it on the swing because the umpire pointed at him. So, I mean, it was a strike, but yeah. That's definitely a strike. Good 90 right there. Hasagawa back out there. One-two pitch, misses downstairs. And Rubin waves and misses, badly fooled on that one.
He's not happy, I don't think. Just might have been a quick pitch because Justin was not ready. Barely took a stride and just swung after the ball was in the catcher's glove.
Yeah, rare Justin Rubin strikeout.
I think he got a quick pitch and he wasn't expecting it.
As this one is lined fair down the right field line. Extra bases for Nick Lee. He's around first, heading for two. Thomas cleans it out in the corner, and Lee, he pulls it up at second base with a one-out double.
Stay hot, Nick.
Stay hot indeed. So I'll bring up Landon West, 1 for 4 today. Popped out to the first baseman, Allen in the first. Grounded out to Gump at third in the third. Singled in the fifth, and then popped up to Hackworth like seemingly everybody else this game has back in the sixth. RBI opportunity, and he chops this one up the middle. Second baseman Bates lets it go off his glove. Leahy rounds first and heads for home as West tries for two. He's going to be out.
That was very predictable. As that ball was chopping towards the middle, you could tell that it was going to take that last big kick, and it did off of the glove of Bates into left field. The Riptide are able to get an out with West being thrown out at second, but the Oaks score their 8th run of the game.
Now Josiah Chavez, who was finally retired back in the sixth when he popped out to Hackworth at short, but before then had been 3 for 3 on the day. Late swing right there, and Chavez quickly falls behind 0-2. Fouled just over the on-deck circle where Jordan King waits. On the ground, back to Hasagawa. He'll run a bit and then flip underhanded to retire Chavez at the side here in the 8th inning. Closing time, going into the 9th. It's 8-1 Oaks. Back here, pinch hitter for Hammond, it's Matthew Flaherty.
It's kind of interesting to pinch hit a lefty versus a lefty. As Trent says, they must need to get him reps.
Well, his reps involve falling behind 0-2 fast. And striking out on 3 pitches.
Nice job by Chris.
Bust all the way up from Orange County. Tough start.
Now batting for the Riptide, number 7, Nate Stevenson.
Another pinch hitter. Nate Stevenson.
That's the first strikeout of the day for Chris Lozano. Popped up into shallow right field. This could be trouble, and it'll fall. So no 1-2-3 inning and no immaculate inning as Lozano was on pace.
Now batting for the Riptide, Patrick, number 26.
I'm not sure if it's from the Riptide dugout or from the stands. It's kind of hard to tell. But they've been pretty chirpy, especially at Jordan Kang.
Interesting.
Yeah, I heard them kind of chirping at him for playing in right field, as they said, during the shift. And now after that one drops in right field, I heard someone say, go back to right field.
Just take a look at the season series scoreboard, and then they might not chirp as much. And the score of this game, 8-1.
Good pitch.
0-2.
Crowd today is a little bit lighter than we've grown accustomed to seeing, especially for a Friday night.
Yeah. The 1-2. And it's grounded to the right side. Jordan Kang will only have one play, and it's the first for the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Riptide,
I stay corrected. Just a ground out, 4-3.
number 5, Matthew Thomas.
Yeah, if he'd gone to second, then it would have been a
Yeah,
fielder's
really?
choice.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, bro.
Got you.
If I were to be corrected by one person, I'd only want it to be Josh
Or Trent.
or Trent. That's fouled off to the right, mile high. Oh, that could be a swimming pool shot. We don't have a great vantage point, though. Right in that general area. Two and one. Matthew Thomas, Riptide's last hope this afternoon. And he chops one foul over by the Riptide third base coach. So the count will even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Three and two. That's lined, fair down the left field line. This will score a run. Stevenson comes around to score, and it's going to be an RBI double for Matthew Thomas. That's the first RBI of the day. The only other Riptide run came from an error, so no RBI there. So the Riptide not going quiet here, 8-2. So Patrick Hackworth, top of the order, getting his 5th look today. It's been a rough day at the dish, 0 for 4. Riptide down to their last strike. Swing and a miss, he got him. Chris Lozano gets his 3rd K, or his 2nd K, and ends this one. The Oaks win by a score of 8-2 here at Sparky Anderson Field. The final matchup between them and the Orange County Riptide this summer. They played 8 games and they ended on a high note W. The Oaks win on 8 runs and 11 hits with 1 error. The Riptide 2 runs on 8 hits and an error as well. The Oaks are back in action tomorrow as they just continue this final stretch of regular season games, and the Riptide look to kind of battle with the Arroyo Seco Saints prior to the end of this season for a home field advantage in the wildcard game. For everybody with the Conejo Oaks, Josh Mechanic, I've been Max Schwartzberg saying thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.